You know what? Dr. Dre did his thing at the Super Bowl on yesterday. We seen a lot of Dr. Dre. I guess what I'm trying to say is that they didn't forget about Dre, but they must have forgot about Slim Shady and just who he is and what he will do. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. Hey, what is up there, guys? And welcome back to a brand new episode of The Evolve. How you guys doing on today? I'm doing all right. I'm doing fabulous. That's not a word that I use every day. That's not a word that our people use every day. You know, I say our people, my people. Yeah, let me just say it. That's not a word that the black people we use all the time. Fabulous. Now, I mention that because once again, this is black and white. We're on one of these dialogues. So Eminem, he did recently. He did the Super Bowl along the side with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent made an entrance, and Mrs. No Mo Drama, Mary J. Blige. Now, there was a lot of hype and a lot of talk. Now, I sent out a tweet. I said, oh man, I just seen Eminem take a knee. Cancel culture is about to go off. There's gonna be a video. Well, this is that video. Cancel culture, Donald Trump, the news outlets, everybody is mad now that Eminem took a knee at the Super Bowl during his performance right while Dr. Dre, he started to play that classic, that tone, that from Tupac we know. Now, that's what we're here to talk about. The NFL, they have responded to this, but before I get into that, you know, it wasn't just Eminem being a rebel up there. It wasn't just Eminem. Now, Eminem was the one really pointed out, but Snoop Dogg's camp, you know, they had stated that the NFL had told him not to wear, because he had wanted to wear his classic bandana to kind of represent okay, I'm not gonna say the name of the gang or whatnot, because last time they demonetized it just for saying that name. That's one of those words that get demonetized. There's certain words in the algorithm get demonetized. So Snoop Dogg wanted to wear his bandana, a blue one. They told him not to. So Snoop Dogg, he did this to show he's a rebel. He just created an outfit, a whole blue kind of bandana outfit to kind of show, against the man, I'm still going. You're not going to stop me. And not only that, then you had Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, I think it was his last song. Dr. Dre sung his classic anti-police. He sung this song, and let me basically read what he said in this song. Basically, the song lyric goes like this: still effing with the beast, still not loving the police. I don't think they'll get me demonetized. But anyway, that's what Dr. Dre had to say, sticking it to the man. Not just that. Kendrick Lamar, he also, now Kendrick Lamar was a little bit different, to be honest, because Kendrick Lamar, he still had it, we gonna be all right. That was a classic, more, hey, Black Lives Matter, we gonna be all right, in spite of the things that we're going through. And there is a lyric in this song, it says, where Kendrick Lamar, he says, looking at the world like, where do we go? And we hate the popo, wanna us dead in the streets for show. Now, Kendrick Lamar did sing this song, but when it got to popo, it was censored. They like moved the camera off of him and you could barely understand. And the NFL, they censored that part. I don't know. We don't really know if he said it or not. We know that it moved and you couldn't hear it. You couldn't tell if he actually said it. But all we know that it was cut out, and he did do the song. So we had Kendrick, we had Snoop Dogg with his blue bandana. We had Dr. Dre saying, I'm standing up. And then, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, they just did their thing. I had no idea that Mary J. Blige was still or that thick. And then 50 said, 50, you gained some weight, my guy. I like you, but 50 gained some weight. But plus his arms were like the size, of Mary J. Blige thighs, inner thigh. What am I talking about? Okay, but we're not here to talk about that. But through all of that rebelness with all those other guys, there is one that people want to cancel that we're talking about on today. The main one is the white boy, the tone white boy, the token white boy at the show. We have to get him canceled because he took a knee. So as you know by now, Eminem, he takes a knee at the end of Lose Yourself, a song that is basically like the national anthem for individuals to just push themselves no matter what. We all loved it. I was hoping, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was hoping he did another song, but some other songs. But hey, I settled for it. So the dialogue that has been passed around and is that, hey, the NFL, they told him not to, but Eminem is like, no, I'm going against the man. I'm in support. I'm going to show. I'm going to do the knee anyway. Now, to be fair, this is what I want to talk about, is that the NFL, they did respond. And what the NFL is saying is that those claims are false. We didn't tell him that he couldn't. Now they respond, actually, they're this guy, Brian, I was just looking at, I think it's McCarthy. Where's my notes? McCarthy. Brian McCarthy, this guy, or I can just look. Brian McCarthy, as you can see, he is the PR for the NFL. He is the lead correspondent for the NFL, their PR guy. And this is what he said to the USA Today in an interview right after the Super Bowl and this controversy earlier. So he said that we watched all elements of the show during multiple rehearsals this week. And we were aware that Eminem was going to do that. A player or a coach could have taken a knee and there would be no repercussions. So there was no reason to tell an artist she or he could not do so. And that's what that is what the NFL is saying, that, hey, we never told him that he couldn't. We've seen all the rehearsals, which I definitely guarantee that I know for sure, they watch and they oversee all of that. He said we've seen multiple. We didn't tell him he can't take a knee. I'm pretty sure that they probably asked, hey, can you not do that? But they did say that we didn't tell him we couldn't take a knee. Any of the players could have done that. In 2016, when Cap, he took the knee, there was some repercussions. But then in 2018, Roger Goodell, Roger, NFL commissioner, he stated in 2018 that there will no longer be any repercussions. No one can retaliate against anyone that's taken a knee. You can take it before or in the locker room. You can do it without repercussions. So he changed his way. So the NFL did make that change. And that's what Mr. McCarthy is saying here, that, hey, we made that change. He could have did it. So we allow our players to do it. We're not going to tell the artist not to do it. Add on this, the thing is that Eminem, he have not, Eminem's camp or Eminem or on social media, they haven't responded yet. The NFL, they just told their side, and we never got that information from Eminem's camp anyway, that they were told not to. So we got the NFL side, so we still just need to hear what Eminem's camp. They may come out and say, yeah, they never told it, but we've been doing this in a rehearsal, and this is something that we wanted to do, but yeah, the NFL, they never told us that we couldn't. Or they could come out, yeah, that's kind of false. We were instructed not to, or so we need to. You won't definitely want to hear both sides of the story, which we haven't got on the NFL camp. But you know what? Whether he was told or not told, it doesn't diminish the act because, I mean, someone's true morals and ethics are exposed when they're not told and when they're not persuaded. That's when you really can find out, what a person is feeling. And Eminem just took it upon himself and say, hey, this is the act that I'm taking. We got to look past all the other journalistics, all the other tweets, and look at what he did and look at what he wants to show. Look at how he placed his hand in, he placed his head in his hand. And, during that time, during his big moment, during his big shot in one moment, he decided to represent and support that. I love what Whack 100 said this morning, believe it or not. Basically he said that Eminem was damned if he did and damned if he don't. Let me play that for you.
Hey, one mic on Whack
Rooms, bro.
and Royce.
Oh, wait. Hold on, bro. What does one have to do with the other, bro? See, when we got white people that don't acknowledge, then we say, you motherfuckers ignore what we went through.
Fact.
You this. Then when you got white people that do acknowledge, you say, oh, you faking. You
Facts.
only doing it for clout. You only do. Hey, man, that man don't need no. You know who that man is? He could have stood up and never took a knee, and nobody would have thought nothing different about it. But the fact that he showed that gesture, right?
A humble one too. Wait, so
And
you
here you
think
come and
so
say,
wait a minute,
oh, it's
Whack,
fake. And
you think that
Yeah, Whack 100 said it perfectly. We say to the white people, we say to our Caucasians that if they don't do stuff like this and don't start supporting and don't get on the knee and don't go out and march with us, then they don't care about the culture. But then when they do stuff to reflect and support, then we say it's fake. We say that he's just pandering. It's a lose-lose situation. Like 100, he explained it really well. I just thought about something. Y'all know Donald Trump don't like Eminem, right? None of those Trumps like Eminem. They, for some reason, they decided that, they wanted to throw some shade and put their jokes out. As if you would think that politicians, former presidents and people, they have bigger things to worry about and do with regards to our country. No, the biggest thing they got going on in their life, Donald Trump Jr., so to speak, because Donald Trump, I think Twitter got rid of his account. Twitter kicked him off. Twitter kicked Donald Trump, Mr. Former President, off Twitter. So now he can only speak through his son. But anyway, they were posting memes about Eminem. The Trumps, look. So they posted this up and they're like, and basically there's like, hey, yo, this is shady Eminem doing this show, and it shows a picture of someone, I don't know, is that Ellen? Anyway, they're this very old lady. Basically more old jokes. That's all they got. That's all that side got. Old needs old jokes. Can't y'all find something else to attack this man with? Old jokes. Now the former presidents and that party is getting in on it. Everyone wants to throw shade because they're mad at the knee and they're making memes and they're getting on. I just found that funny. But you know what? In conclusion, I want to say this. But at the end of the day, in conclusion, I just want to say, I think about what Eminem had to be thinking during that time and all the emotions that's going through. He is invited and, he is actually performing with all these black artists inside of the NFL with these, an NFL ran by Caucasians, and the black players feel like, man, that they are being suppressed at times and there is no black ownership or there's barely black coaches, but they are still pushing in this industry. And then Eminem during that time thinking and knowing that he's a part of that right now, and then reflecting back on his life while saying I'm just losing myself in spite of everything to the music. I lost myself to the music. Forget about all the other crap that's going on. Forget about that. My whole life have been that very same situation. I am in a corporation, a black-owned, predominantly black-owned, being rap and hip-hop, you know, being that white guy. I have dealt with cancel culture. I've dealt with politicians. I have dealt with other hip hop artists not wanting me in there. I had fought inside of this, and now I'm here, and forget about all of that. I'm just losing myself to the music, and he's just kneeling down and support and allowing the culture to know once again, man, in spite of all the hate, in spite of all that, I still letting y'all know that I support this culture. I support I support not so much what Cap did, not so much Black Lives Matter, but I support morals and ethics that goes along the side of being equal and love and respect for the music, for all of us. I mean, and that's a way bigger story than just, oh, he stood up against the man. Oh, they told him not to. That doesn't matter. Anyway, I'd like to know what you all think. Man, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. There's so much videos and stuff I need to catch up on. And then the whole thing, Benzino, he decided not to release the tape. They said they gotta master it first and fix the audio. That's a crazy story in its own that I want to. But if you're new, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you guys for watching. Hey, as always, KIP, keep it positive. It's gonna be all right. Hey.